Hi guys, today we'll be looking at Wizard versus Blademaster and how to really effectively kill them. There are two categories of Blademasters. One is the APS type, which I'm fighting here like Kawaii, and there's the second type, which is the DPH type. The APS type is pretty self-explanatory. What they're gonna try and do is stun lock you and then use fists, APS to death. As you can see here, the APS BM is hitting me about 500 per hit. Well, I'm self buff with 8.5k physical defense, so if it's hitting at 3.3 or 4 APS per second, which is what most APS BMs have, unsparked without windshield or cyclone heal or anything, then the damage is really quite significant, especially if they crit. So yeah, what you have to do versus APS BMs is avoid the stun locks with the Dex Genie like I have. Badge of Courage with my 80 Dex Genie has 80% chance of removing the stun status, which is really useful and in my opinion quite reliable. The Fortify also is another great skill. If you see like a stun coming on, then you use well, my Fortify has about 5 seconds on it. So if you see a stun coming in, then you use Fortify, and they cannot stun you through Fortify. The downside is that it reduces your magical defense, but versus BM that's not a problem. The second fight here is versus Kama, and he has full plus 10 gears, if not higher, except from ornaments, which is like plus 8 or something. Decent magical defense, I think 15k HP and plus 11 TT 100 fist, which is quite scary. And this fight is with cleric buffs. My magic attack is only 14k with cleric buffs, so it's not actually that high, and about 10k physical defense, fully buffed. Fully buffed meaning cleric buffs plus myself buffs. So what I'm trying to do here is like air kite him, because it's quite a while since I fought him, and I wasn't quite sure how hard he could hit, and it turns out he doesn't actually hit that hard. Only like not that much more than Kawaii with plus 10 TT 100 really. So I think air kiting him is kind of pointless. Air kiting is really situational and differs from wizard to wizard. I prefer not to air kite in majority of the circumstances, as uh, well, as my defenses are decent, but my attacks suck, so I want to stop my opponents from kiting too much. But at the same time, I could kind of like tank a few hits or the entire stun duration if I wanted to. So yeah, that's why I prefer ground fighting. And also on the ground, BMs move at 5 meters a second, whereas in the air they move at 8 meters per second due to their flyer. So I find ground fighting easier to get my nukes off. You might have seen like about half a minute ago that I Blade Tempested him at half HP, and that didn't kill him, which is really annoying because of his enormous HP pool on normal BMs that really should have killed them. So what you have to do against BMs again is like keep them undying, keep them debuffed, and keep them from hitting you if you can. So like undying, and as they're coming, uh, hit Force of Will. If you're a demon, you could probably try Amber Storm to stun them again, and then distance shrink away so they can't touch you. And after a while, they kind of get pissed off. Yeah, the APS BM is really gonna like stun you. They're probably open with a stun, so it's really easy to predict when to use Fortify versus an APS BM, because more often than not they're going to open with like uh, Occult, which is harder to predict. But if they're opening with something like Royal Pride, then that is quite easy to predict because they have to be within a certain range. And you see again there, he just opened with Royal Pride and Cyclone Hill, and I distance shrink away. And there it is. I'm trying to use my demon control skills to stop him from attacking. Um, jumping in the air could be beneficial, but it could also mean that you get raped. I mean, uh, if you like jump in the air, but you don't quite jump high enough, like they freeze you, then you're kind of screwed because you're stuck in there, can't do anything. And yeah, so there I Blade Tempested at nearly 50% HP, and I got the lucky crit with Spark and I think Extreme Poison. So yeah, I critted 12k and basically killed him there without much of a problem. This fight is versus Nigoshi, a full rank 9 BM plus 7 refines. I think he got it quite recently, so it's not like fully refined yet. But his third crit, like on his rank 9 axis, can still kill me one hit. Versus rank 9 BMs, they kind of like have a problem with the chi because they aren't using their fists, and Roar Pride uses 35 chi. Drake's Bash uses a whole spark. So it's really good if you if your demon use Mozum's Taunt, whatever that skill's called, MZT I just call it, because a chi-less BM can't like touch you. Well, they can touch you, but they can't stun you, and you can just shrink away. You should also use your control skills on a BMA if possible to buy you more time and nuke them. Here you see I'm gushing to like slow him down in case he's coming onto the ground, and my demon stun rain, which has a stomp rock on it, hailstorm also, etc., etc. There are like really two ways to kill a BM. One is the mountain seize and then fire combo like I tried there, but that didn't work. My preferred method is Blade Tempesting, as you probably see in the previous two against the previous two BMs, because BMs fighting a Wiz should have magical marrow on, and that reduces their P-def to increase their magical defense. But if you undying and spark them with a Dex Genie, that means you should pretty much reduce their fire defense to nothing or next to nothing. And because they reduce their own physical defense with a marrow, it's actually a lot easier to kill them if you can get them around half HP. I mean, half HP of like even a 15k HP BM is only 7k HP, and that could easily be done because they have next to nothing fire defense. I mean, even if you don't quit, it should be easy. But my wizard is kind of like a critical based wizard, so I kind of like expect to crit sometime sooner or later. Yeah. DPH BMs will also try and stun lock you, but it's much harder for them to stun lock you because, as I said, they kind of rely on their chi really. And yeah, what you have to do is really just like get on their nerves, keep them in place so they can't move with your stun or freeze, and then after Chumtic or before Chumtic or whatever, get them debuffed. Well, Negotiate there just used True Emptiness, which is the Genie skill, and that's really annoying because it has like it absorbs 5,000 magical damage, I think, at level 10, and it's like a mini Absolute Domain. I can't one hit him through True Emptiness, and you see it coming at the last second, and even if you got like the best reactions in the world, Perfect World lags, as everyone knows, and you can't cancel it in time. So I only ended up hitting like 5k on him when I could have maybe one-shot him. I don't know. It was a charm tick, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, if you get him around, if you get any BM really around half HP, Blade Tempest with Spark, when they're slept or Force of Will, they should die. When you're using Blade Tempest, you should, and you got full Genie energy, you should Extreme Poison before sparking if you're sleeping them, because sleep is broken by the damage on spark, and I sometimes forget that, and once or twice I've been like stupid and like Undying, debuff them, like Undying, hit them for a few hits, and then at around half HP, I've slapped them and Blade Tempest, and well, before the channeling is done, I sparked, and then because Spark gives damage, like does damage to the opponent, it breaks their sleep, and that means they can break out and stun you, or like occult you or something, and this breaks your channeling, and it makes like an obvious kill. Maybe you could have even killed them without Spark, and it just like turns the fight around. So like don't Spark before extreme poison. So here at half HP, I sparked, which is stupid, but I still got the job done. That's it for this week. See you guys later, and thanks for watching.